Hi, I'm Mai with Asian Media Network, and welcome to the talk show Real Estate and Lifestyle, co-produced by Asian Media Network and Elizabeth Malika from My Home Group and Lele from Security National Mortgage. After a long summer break, I am so excited that we continue these shows again, and today we welcome Lei from Security National Mortgage back so we can dive into a very exciting news today to share with our viewers. And now let's welcome Lei to the show. I haven't seen you for months, Lei, and you're still looking great, even look younger than before. So how have you been?
I'm good. Yes, over the summer I was able to take the kid to traveling overseas back to Vietnam. It's my first time in 30 years also.
Wow, oh my God.
Yeah, so they able to explore, where I grew up.
Which is wasn't
Vietnam.
Yeah, but what city?
Ho Chi Minh City.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, so Lei, last show that we talked about the first time home buyer, and we're done with that. Now let's go into the investment home.
Yes.
Because owning a home is exciting enough, right? Owning real estate is a very exciting journey, but owning the investment home is also give us a lot of opportunity for financial gain. So can you dive into just give our viewer a quick overview of what investment home look like?
Yes. So the investment is owning a home is one of the vehicles to invest, and it's a really good tool to build your wealth through real estate. Mm-hmm. So over the year you can see people buying stocks as one option. Buying a home, investment home, is also another option. So I want to talk couple benefits that is going along with investment, why buying home is a good investment. The number one big reason why you want to buy home is for investment is, you build equity, whether it's investment or your own home. Over the year you can see that investment increase over the year. So from 2011 to 2023, home price have tripled their value. So owning a home is, building equity is one of the reason. As you can see, I think, in 2011, home price was like in the 80,000, 100,000, but now they're like 300, 400,000 already. So this is another reason is, long term, and this is why it's a long-term investment for real estate. Is very stable,
It will go risk compared to stock.
Yes, yes. It will go down, right? But it will go up also. We all seen that in 2006 to 2011.
Yeah.
That's when the houses go down. But now all of the people that recoup all those houses have recouped their value and even more higher, right? That is the long-term investment. Stock is, you can lose value overnight very fast, but houses, it can be, but not as fast as the stock, right? Another benefit of it is inflation. It can hedge against inflation, right? If you have money in, if you can remember, $100 can buy a lot in Costco, right?
Yes.
Now $100 buy you two things, right? So real estate has been like record that it's been able to move along with inflation pretty well. So that is one good tool for it. The fourth thing about owning investment is cash flow. It's one of the really big reason why having home that cash flow, that tenants paying your rent, tenant help you pay your mortgage, and it's good passive income. The the third thing, the fifth thing is, it had a lot of option, right? You start with single family, then you go with multifamily, which is 2 to 4 unit, and then you also can move to multifamily to more than 5 units, right? Then you also have commercial real estate. You also can own land. You can also have vacation rental. And another person is they do fix and flip, or they do distress home. So real estate is have a pretty wide option to invest, right? The sixth thing is, some people will use that as a college saving for their kid, or it become their retirement, because rental income will give passive income, that when you retire, that is your rental income to become your retirement income, right?
And you talk about college funding, meaning you buy the home now, and 18 years later, when your kid go to college, you sell it, and that become college funding for kids.
Yes, yeah. Awesome. Or you can cash out, you can refinance them and just get the money and keep the house.
Yeah.
Right. And it can be, money to fund your college, right? The same with retirement. After 30 years, you pay off the house. Then those are homes that are free and clear, but it have income for it, right? Just for example, right now, each house is about $2,500. If you have 4 houses that are paid off, your income will be like about $10,000, right? So that's a good retirement income. The big benefit to real estate is it's able to finance, you're able to leverage it, right? You don't need 100% money to buy it. You only need 5 to 20% or 25%, right, to buy investment home. So it's a very good low risk, I would say, to own real estate.
That's awesome, because from all the options, all the things that you list, it shows that investment into a home and rent it out is actually give you a lot of financial, it's a smart financial move. So let's dive a little bit more detail into this topic, because for most people, it sounds great, but the most important thing is how to finance your investment home.
Yes.
And can they tell us a little bit about all the options available for financing your investment home?
Yeah, so the first and basic way to do it is to buy your first primary home, right? If you buy that with 3 or 5% down, and then live it in there for 2 to 3 years, then you go buy another one with another 5%. Your old home can be a rental. So that's your first investment home.
Okay.
Right? So you can use that to use the rent to offset that home, and you can buy the next home. Okay. Now, if you're savvy enough, you can then start to look into buying more unit, more home with down payment. If you don't want to move out of your home, you just want to buy investment home, then you need at least 15% for down payment. But most investors they put about 25% down. That's kind of like keeping the equity, the leveraging, not too much. As you know, if you put less down, that means your mortgage payment is higher. So if you can leverage enough that it can equalize or make some income cash flow, then that would be a good option to do. Okay.
I like the option that you mentioned, especially the one with only 5% down.
Yes.
Can you tell a little bit more detail about 5% down payment?
Yes. So right now, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac just changed their guidelines. Before, if you buy a 2 to 4 unit, you're required to put 25% down. But now, you only need 5% down to buy a 2 to 4 unit that for you to occupy it, right? So if you buy a 4 unit, you live in one and you rent out the other 3. So that is a good way to buy investment home, but only for 5%. Another reason why you want to finance is there's also tax advantage to it, okay? Let's say if you buy a home and you pay all cash, right? And the home make $2,000 a month in rental income. That's $24,000 of income. You have to pay tax on that. But if you finance, then you're able to write off the interest on the home, so it will less tax, right? Another reason is that you can depreciate your property, which is on paper. You write off the losses, the paper loss. The house will depreciate. So you write it off so that way you can write a lot more tax off from your income. So most of the time people will have a lost income, but really on paper only, right? That will help alleviate their earned income. Okay, with your rental loss, you can deduct it out of your regular income. So that's one more reason why a lot of investors, they will buy home for tax advantages.
That's great. But what if you sell that investment home and you have to pay capital gain?
I'm glad you asked. So that most of investors, they don't sell it without doing anything to the house. They usually do a 1031 exchange. So they will depreciate, they will defer that taxes to the next home.
To roll it over.
Yes, so they roll over to the next home. And that's what real estate investors do, is they keep on rolling until they pass away.
Wow.
So when they pass away, their kid is actually able to do what they call a step-up basis, which means they will value the house at the time that you pass away. And IRS will recognize that's their acquisition cost. So anything before that, they don't count.
Wow.
Yes.
That was so, I didn't know about it.
Yeah. So
thank you, Lei, for sharing all the good tips.
Yeah, so like if you own a home at like $400,000, and by the time you pass away, you roll and roll and roll, and if pass away is worth $2 million. Your kid get an appraisal on that house, and their start is $2 million. So if they sell at $2 million, they don't pay taxes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or if they sell it at $2.1 million, they only pay $100,000 in taxes for taxes.
Well, thank you, Lei. That's a great tip. Good to know. So, Lei, talk about the rental income. What is your tip or your advice to let our viewer know that this is the smart investment because it brings in equity and you don't have to pay out from your pocket?
Yes. So my rule of thumb is 1%. Right?
What do you mean by 1%?
Yeah, so if you buy a home for $300,000,
okay,
the rent needs to be $3,000. Yeah,
okay.
So it's 1% of what you buy. That is very safe because with that amount, you will able to offset the mortgage, pay for property management, and also pay some repair. You might have extra that you can use it to pay more into the principal. So that way you can pay off the house faster.
That's a good thinking. 1%. That's a very good math, right?
Yeah, very easy and simple.
Easy, simple math. Only 1% of whatever your house mortgage is, how much you currently own.
Yes.
Yeah. So with these, you mentioned about property management. Well, a lot of people I know that they own a home and they buy that from another state. It's not necessary that have to be in the same state and you have to manage it. So how do they take care of or manage, be able to find renter and fix things if you buy the property from out of state?
Yes, so usually what you do is, you want to find a good property management company. And like all of us now very good at is, how to find a good restaurant. You look at good review, right?
We read Google and we say anything that 4.0 or above is good. So we go to the restaurants. What about property management?
Same thing.
Really? So where do you go and look at a review? Through Yelp or through Google? Or?
Yeah, first I go through Google.
Okay.
And depend on each state. Some states have their own specialized review.
Okay.
But usually I go Google and just looking at how much they review. Now there's a lot of review, just the same as restaurant, right? You want to look at how many review, not just the 5 stars, but how many have them review. Is it one, or is it 1,000 or 100, right? So in property management, I want to looking at least 50 to 100 review that have reviewed the company and that they have good review. Now with the review, you want to go through the review and look at what people wrote. Some from landlord, some from the owner, and some from the tenant. You want to get good company that treat the tenant good, and also the landlord's good, right? So that's one thing that I look and I research more on. I also call and interview to see how their process, how they treat their customer as far as the tenant. I usually, I buy home warranty for the home, and I need to figure out how they handle those kind of claims, and how fast they respond. Also, yes.
That's great, Lei. So you look at though now in terms of the fee, how much is considered average in the industry to pay for a property management company?
Usually it's 10%.
10%.
Yeah.
So that's why it's only calculated into the 1% of rental income that you mentioned. That include 10% to pay for property management.
Yeah.
That was pretty good math. That's actually pretty good. So now we move to next is our viewer watching the show right now, they excited and they wanna get the thing stock to invest into a home and then buy it as an investment. What paperwork the buyer need to prepare in order to buy an investment home?
Yeah, so it's the same process as you buying your first home, right? The lender will looking at your income, your credit, your asset, and they're looking at the property, right? So you still have to use, if you're owner, if you're self-employed, you need 2-year tax return. If you are working for someone, then we need your pay stub, your 1-month pay stub, and 2-year W-2. As far as asset, this is one thing they need to remember: is if buying investment, it cannot be gift. Right?
Oh.
So it has to be all their own money in their bank account at least 2 months. Okay, so don't put a lot of cash in. If you do, put it 3 months before, so that way it's all good and seasoned. Yes.
So they only look back in your bank 2 months before.
Yes.
So if you plan to buy that, you put the money in 3 months before.
Yes.
So you won't. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. These are great tips.
Yes.
Yes. Now, do that also look at your income too?
Yes. So they're looking at the income, but the good thing about income is they will willing to use the rental income of the new house that you're buying to use it to offset your mortgage.
So that means they can estimate how much will you be able to rent if you buy this house, and then add an additional income to your incomes to make you qualify.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Now this program that you mentioned about earlier, about 5% down, is that only in Arizona or is that nationwide?
It's nationwide.
Nationwide, so people can just buy at any state, any city, and use the good property management company to take the headache for them.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Lei, can you tell us a little bit about your company, Security National Mortgage?
Yes.
I know that you've been in the mortgage industry for like 20 years, for a long time, and you have made a lot of people bring their American dream come true, meaning owning a home is the American dream. And Lei have been helping so many people in our community to achieve their American dream. So tell us about your service with Security National Mortgage and and what you do.
Yes. So yes, with Security National, we're a life insurance company, but we have a division for mortgage. And Security National is very, they say you can say that they're pretty big also, right? and they fund their own loans with their own money, which is a lot safer, a lot less risk. That's the company itself. Myself, I've been doing, real estate for like more than 20, 30 years, right? And with a lot of experience in investing, I invest myself, I flip home myself. So I have a lot of experience, and that's where a lot of customers come to me. And aside from buying their first home, I also help them buying and investing. I help them explain and teach them how to invest in real estate. So, aside from, being experienced, and I love to share that with them so that they can be another real estate investor that can build their real estate through wealth.
Thank you, Leif. So how do people contact you?
Yes, you can call me at 623-687-1268. Once again, it's 623-687-1268.
Thank you, Leif. Owning a home is the American dream that everybody looking forward to, and also own their home, but also own the investment home, even double that happiness, right?
Yes.
So it's an exciting journey and a lot of things to learn. So thank you for sharing your expertise in this area. Would help our viewer with the knowledge and especially those tips that you just share. Thank you. And folks, we hope that this show will bring you a lot of informative information and help with your decision making in investing long term into investment home and have some passive income. If you could like to see more of this type of informative talk show, please inbox or comment to us. So we have some idea that we will bring into you more exciting information like this in the future. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our channel so that more people will know about this. And remember, owning a home is exciting, and manage your home, earning this passive income. That will be something in the long run when you retire. So we hope that you achieve your American dream and your real estate investment will become fruition in the future. Thank you for watching. I'm Mai Lei, signing off from Asian Media Network.